Meteorologist Jason Nappy here, tracking the wildfire smoke, and it's a code orange right now for Maine, and that is from the Katahdin region north. The sky is milky. The wildfire smoke is coming in from the west, from Canada right now. That will continue to happen today. Now, the smoke is not going to be overly dense, and looking at things right now in the observations, it does not look as low and thick as it could have been. However, the sky will still be a milky white, but it doesn't look as dangerous or as much of a significant factor for people that are sensitive, right? I'm not telling you not to go outside unless you have issues with these type of things. Heat, humidity, wildfire smoke, those kind of respiratory issues. But mostly it's Katahdin region north. It is a code orange. It is really just for sensitive groups. So things look better on the satellite picture than they were modeled. So that's a good sign there. But obviously exercise caution if you were outdoors for a long period of time today and you are sensitive. Now, let's talk about the rainfall that is coming. A lot of rain that we need, okay? Not so much the mountains. They've gotten the thunderstorms, but I'm going to reset the map here and show you. So today, here's the forecast today. You don't see much here. Maybe a few pop-ups at best. These would be terrain, and anytime you get some lift, some wind going up against the mountains, okay? So that's not a big deal today. It's very isolated. But it is tomorrow where we're going to see a front approach from the west. Now, out ahead of that front, there will be showers and thunderstorms. Once again, it says in the mountains, okay, especially up towards the Boundary Plateau right here. But then by Thursday night here, we see showers, thunderstorms pushing in towards the Capital District, but a real heavy batch up in the county, up in the North Woods, up in the Allagash. So that will depend on just how unstable the atmosphere gets after that first round goes through, right? So we're going to get that first line to come through. Let me loop this one more time, right? So today it's a few pop-ups, very isolated, mostly in the Oxford Hills, Western Mountains, okay, up towards Rangeley. Not a big deal. But tomorrow, on Thursday, out ahead of the front, okay, this is where we're going to have the isolated threat for torrential downpours, especially high up in the Western Mountains, but really more towards the Boundary Plateau. And then we'll see if things can refire up here in the county late. So this is 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night, okay? There's a few coming through Augusta and Bangor, but really it's up in the county if things can refire with the sun coming back out. So that's really what I'm going to be watching very closely during the day tomorrow. Now, let's take a look here at the temperatures, okay, and the heat and the humidity. So this is a look at right now. This is Wednesday at noon, okay? This is the forecast Wednesday at noon. So today at noon, you have your wind that's coming up just here, a little sea breeze, southern coast, 75 Portland, but there's no breeze in Bangor, 94. And this is with the humidity. So the dew points are in the 70s, temperature around 90s. That's how you're going to get mid-90s at least and make a run for 100 too. Now, let me put the map into motion into the afternoon Wednesday, and those temperatures go up. We cool off tonight. I only say cool off because the sun goes down, where it's going to be extremely balmy, very muggy, dew point 70s, temperatures 60s and 70s for lows. We are in peak summer. Now, this is Thursday. This is tomorrow afternoon. Notice the temperatures here have come down a bit, depending on A, where you get the rainfall, but also here's the wind out of the south. There's going to be more cloud cover tomorrow. It's still 87 Millinocket, 89 Presque Isle with the humidity, okay? You have the strong onshore flow in Portland. There is no onshore flow in Manchester. It feels like 97. But here, where the colors are lighter in the Western Mountains, that's where the rain-cooled air is right there, okay? So that's where the rain comes through, Western Mountains, and then we'll see how far they get in the Katahdin region after. Now, notice the wind here on Friday is going to shift. This is Friday at 5 o'clock in the afternoon. That is a northwest land breeze, okay? So it'll be a little bit breezy out in the lakes. Watch out there for recreation Friday afternoon. But the temperature comes down because of that northwest land breeze, and the drier, cooler air comes in from Canada Friday afternoon into the day. Now on Saturday, it looks great. Saturday, the sun's going to be out. 5 o'clock. Look at the temperatures. 2 o'clock in the afternoon, Saturday, what it's going to feel like for temperature of 72 in Portland, 77 Millinocket, 80 in Bangor. You got a little bit of high pressure off the coast here. Okay, eventually humidity comes back up on Sunday. Okay, so watch this. Sunday, and there's going to be rain that's going to come through on Sunday. Okay, watch here. This is Sunday around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. The wind will be out of the south, so the coastline will get the humidity here on Sunday, and then the wind is out of the west to the north on Sunday. But those are 60s and 70s, okay, and even some 80s for the weekend too. That's a 50-50 weekend split. Now Sunday, there will be opportunities for rain. Saturday's the much drier of the 2 days, so I want to point that out now. If you're making plans this weekend, make them for Saturday for the outdoors. And then on Sunday, the rain's going to come through. I don't have an all-day washout up for Sunday, but it will definitely be on the wetter side, okay? So it's hazy, hot, and humid today. Scattered thunderstorms popping up tomorrow. Today, it's a very isolated pop-up at most. Tomorrow, they'll be scattered. Not everyone's going to see them. People that do get them, there will be torrential downpours, a lot of humidity. There's a lot of moisture up in the clouds tomorrow. 50-50 weekend. Saturday looks great for the outdoors. Sunday, we'll get the much-needed rainfall. Remember, we're trying to keep the drought at bay, right? There's no drought right now, but we don't want to get back into one. So that's why on Sunday, we'll get some rain. It's not going to be too widespread. There will definitely be opportunities for showers, though, on Sunday. So here's your next 10 days in Maine. Hazy today in the mountains. Scattered thunderstorm Thursday. A couple rounds. Okay, so middle of the day, afternoon, and then another round in the evening time. And then clouds to sun. The humidity is going to go away on Friday. So it starts off on the humid side, and then very quickly, dew points drop to the 50s. Sun to clouds Saturday, on and off showers Sunday, and then a lot of sunshine next week with some clouds, and then we get humid again Friday the 25th. So here's your forecast for inland. Wednesday, 91. It's going to feel close to 100 with the humidity today, especially in the afternoon, peak heating, so around 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then on Friday, it's clouds to sun. So the thunderstorms come through, just a few scattered thunderstorms around Augusta, Bangor. This is not going to be widespread. And then we get into clearing Saturday. So very nice weekend, but the showers roll in Sunday. So plan accordingly for that. On Monday it's sunny, and then we're partly cloudy next week with humidity building by late next week. So it's going to be very humid at the coastline today and tomorrow. Cleared out Friday, Saturday, and then we're back to the humidity Sunday with the showers. And then we clear out to start next week, and then humidity starts to come back up as we get towards the end of July. Thank you for watching Jason Nappy Weather.